Okay, so before my update, just to clarify, mainly regarding the way I've reacted to my colleague who was promoted and the criticism I shouldn't take it out on her, and I was unprofessional in the way I acted. Yep, 100% I will own that I probably was unprofessional. But in my defense, one of the reasons that I accepted this job was because I told my manager I was leaving my last place because they kept on promising me promotion and then it never happened. And he did say I would be in contention for a senior role there. And then I've trained her twice only for her to now be my boss and have to report to her. And she'd tell me what to do. It's happened before to me, and it never ends well. The promoted person always treats you like shit and lets it go to their head. So, now for the actual update. Manager took me to one side for a meeting on Tuesday as people have said to him they've seen how down I am and not my usual self, and as it was after our last meeting, he wanted to see how I feel now. I basically told him I feel hurt, that if I knew I wouldn't have left my last place and definitely wouldn't have recruited my old colleague in. He said it was a professional decision and that it had nothing to do with me as a person and gave me some feedback. That she's calm under pressure and doesn't make little errors I sometimes do when I'm stressed, doesn't take criticism personally and doesn't get angry when people are angry with her. Whereas I need to work on those last 2 points. He said, give my promoted colleague my support, learn from her, etc. I personally don't agree and think I could train those things and was pretty annoyed by the last learn from her spiel bit, but I just bit my tongue. Also, he said, as her last role was senior on her CV, it's far easier to make someone a manager when they've done it on paper when he's talking to his managers. He stressed again I'm an amazing asset, still the best worker in the team, and my technical and legislative knowledge is the best, and my data analysis skills are very powerful, and that the reports I create are very helpful, especially for his bosses, and they notice how valuable my skills are and still mention to him about how good this report I made for him bespoke not long after I joined the company. That just because I'm not a manager, I'm in no way less important. I said, like, that's all well and good, but that isn't going to give me the pay rise I want. The satisfaction that I've reached my own personal and professional goals is it. He said maybe I shouldn't see being a manager as the be all and end all, and maybe look up a technical role and do the other level 4 technical qualification, instead of the manager course that develops my knowledge and technical skills to be even better at my job. He said hardly anyone goes that route, and I definitely should and be the technician of the team, the one everyone asks for advice and develop our procedures of the department more. And that maybe, yes, at the moment it wouldn't increase my salary for the time being, but being qualified in that way and having that role on an unofficial basis, he could take my case to his bosses and argue that it should be an actual official role in the department, created just for me that is a senior role, and I should be paid more on par with a manager because I'm worth it, but not have to worry about managing people. And failing that doesn't happen. One of his long-term goals is to increase our importance in the company hierarchy and increase our personal grades and salary bands, so eventually it won't matter I'm a manager, as we'll all be paid well. So yes, it won't happen overnight and won't be imminent, but he'll do his best. He said to think about it, don't do anything rash, give 100%, and we'll discuss it in my annual appraisal in 3 months' time. So, in a nutshell, he didn't say this, I'm summarizing. She's better than me, be her lackey, and I won't be promoted, but keep on working hard to make everyone else look good, in the vague hope big bosses eventually give me a pay rise. This could take years. The course is a year minimum, and then I have to stay there 2 years so I don't have to pay the course back. So I'll be in my mid-40s then, which is really too old to be getting a first-time manager gig in my profession. I was pretty down after that and have just kept to myself. I've not slacked but haven't busted my arse either. She, promoted colleague, messaged me and asked me if we could go for a dinner time walk Wednesday to clear the air and talk. I told her I'd rather not, that I just want to think for a bit and haven't got anything to say, so she respected it, and had left me alone and said to talk when I'm ready. I'm sick of talking things out with people like this. I just want to think myself for a bit without anyone trying to convince me of shit that suits them or make me feel okay. They only ever talk at you but never listen to you. I've put my CV out there too a few places. I got a message quite quickly from an old client that I dealt with in my last job asking if I want to talk about a senior role at their company in my profession. So I had a Teams chat earlier and it went well. They'll let me know if it's going to go to a formal interview soon.